Right, welcome on, guys. We're not going to start this off just yet. This is the stuff that we're installing. Apologies for the video. It's going to be a little strange. Hopefully the audio's okay. I've shot a microphone here to pick the audio up. I'll give it a couple of minutes and then we're going to start. I'm literally going to tear my rig to pieces as little as possible, but I am going to. So I should be getting some stuff together that I think I'm going to need for the job. Any questions, just shot them in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them as I go. See, I've literally not touched any of this. We're just going to take a look at this for the very first time. Let me know if this fan's too loud, by the way. I've got a fan in the room. So we'll take a look at the wheel first. So currently it's all a bit thrown together this, but I'm still using my webcam that I would normally use, which is normally just thrown down there when I'm driving. So we're going to remove the Cube Controls CSX3. I've also got the Simucube on there. Now the problem with this that I think I'm going to face is I might need to put this plate on. So this is from the PSR3, I have a PSR1, and it's got a different mounting plate. That's got a mounting plate specifically for the Simucube 2. This uses a desk clamp, so this desk clamp may have to go onto here. I'm going to see if I can get it to work with that. The reason I wanted to do this live was just... How you feel? How you doing, buddy? The reason I wanted to do it live was because I wanted it to be genuine. I wanted it to be a genuine sort of unboxing and review, and I've never seen this product. So this will be the first time we're looking at it. Got to work out which way it opens up, otherwise it's going to be very short video. We don't need that. I hope we don't need that. So, wow, okay, so first things first, it's very heavy. It is very heavy. It's the heaviest wheel I've ever had in my hands. Now, if you're not familiar with this, the direct drive motor is in there, right? Doesn't come with anything else. That's the direct drive motor, so that's why it's so heavy. And I've already heard about these, the tiniest little shifters you'll ever see. Right, so that's the wheel. So this is what comes with the wheel. It's all really nicely packaged and put together. So I think this is going to be how you connect it. A couple of stickers. So we've got the regular power supply there. Little screwdriver. I like this when people start throwing tools at you. Quite like this. There's another big power supply unit that obviously goes into the motor. Is it a fan? little fan. Don't know what that is. And then they look like some extra shifters that are coming with it in there. So we'll put all this back away. But yeah, little things, right? When people are thinking about the ease of putting it together and giving you tools to help you, I do like that. But that has really surprised me. Like, that is so heavy. So yeah, comes with a desk clamp to mount it. So yeah, but it's nice. It's a nice thickness. Yeah. I don't know if the heaviness concerns me. It shouldn't. I mean, if you think about the weight of the SimiCube 2 Pro unit, it's much lighter than that, so I don't know why. I'm just thinking because it's a wheel, I'm holding it in my hands. Like, obviously, if I compare it to this, we're talking like 5 times the weight. Right, let's put this to one side. Phil, let us know what the audio's like, mate. I've got a weird microphone plugged in. I didn't want to do the whole thing with a headset on, so I've got a microphone plugged in. We'll have a look at the desk clamp. So this is how it fixes. Again, some little screwdrivers, washers, nuts and bolts, sticky things. So yeah, this is just the desk mount. Not sure how it works. So a couple of strips, I don't know if they're just for protective purposes. So it looks like I'm going to need the rods that come in the other box to go through this. Right, I've got all of the branding on the bag. So yeah, all these little touches are very nice. Alright, the reason I'm just going to throw this together real quick, I'll attempt to, is I want to know how wide the thing is. Back on. Oh, no worries, thanks mate. Yeah, I know it's not going to be as good as the audio normally, but yeah, hopefully it's okay. So what I really need to know here is how wide it is, because the width of it clamping is what I need to know for what I can mount it on. Because if I can get away with mounting it on here, I will. So we're going to have a look through this little book of instructions on how to mount this, which is currently all in Chinese, so wish me luck. Right, so we're going through into the bottom plate. Bottom plate is the empty plate. So going this way. So this is threaded straight through. So that width there is too big. So we're going to have problems mounting it on there. So I am going to have to take off the cube controls Simucube 2 mount and everything. I am going to have to take that off. I was hoping to avoid it. These are all real nice though. The condition of it is really nice. Okay, that's really good stuff. We'll get them through there, get that started. So first things first, then I'm going to have to take this off. I'll have to take the Simucube out, which I didn't really want to do. But I'm not racing this weekend. I'm certainly not racing GTs. I've done a lot of racing. I've lost a lot of I-rating. I've gained it back again. The idea with this is I'm going to set the Cammus wheel up. I'm going to set the pedals up, and we're going to test it on some open wheelers. We're going to do some open wheelers in the Formula car class. So then obviously I'm not risking any I-rating or anything like that. So we remove our Cube Controls CSX3. We'll get that out of the way before we start. So I may get away with just dropping this down. So what we're looking at doing, this is, again, apologies for the camera work here. I am going to be removing this. So this unit, this bit of profile and the Simucube, but I may just be able to drop it down the profile, like slide it down to the bottom, just rest it on the floor. I might not be able to do that, but that's what I'm going to attempt to do. So we'll go back to our regular position here. Let me get some tools. I'm just going to remove the stream deck off the profile. Feed that through there. That can just chill top of the computer. What? So ideally, I didn't want to have to do this, but it looks like I'm going to have to. No big deal. So, pedals are going to go off. I'm also hoping I can keep the heel plate. Again, apologies for this if you can see this through here. No, you can't. But I've got the heel plate. Will you see it through there? You can just see the start of the pedals through there. So I'm hoping to keep the heel plate on, remove the Heusinkveld pedals, and then it's just less jobs for me later on. So we need to turn everything off. We need to start clipping some cables and taking all of this out. So best way to do it, I think. Oh, can I just turn that over? I'm just wondering if I can pivot this plate. This plate here, I'm wondering if I can just pivot the whole thing over. Like turn it and fit it slightly different, and then I don't need to worry about anything else. I can just clamp it onto that as if that's the surface of the desk. So we're going to need the trusty old number 5. So if you have got aluminium profile rig and you haven't got one of these, this is going to save you hours and hours and hours. So what is going to happen to this if I even do it? First of all, have I got enough slack on the cables? Let's see what happens. So I'm just undoing the Simucube stuff. It's ridiculously heavy. I'm just hoping that I can pivot the unit. Which it looks like I can. Can I go the other way? Yes, I can. Right, let's lock this off. Right, this is going to save me a job. So, I'm hopefully now going to be able to clamp this on here. I just need to work out the width. To whether or not I need to remove the Simucube. If I don't need to remove this, I won't, but it's looking like I'm going to have to, because I was hoping this is gonna sit there on top. This is how I wanted to mount it. It would be that way, wouldn't it? The problem is that isn't deep enough to clamp around the mount as it is now. So the Simucube 2 Pro has to come out, and then we need to work around it that way. So, move all these out the way. I will unplug the Simucube. Right, where's my stack of plugs? So I'm just going to unplug the Simucube power supply just in case it gets any dodgy shorts or anything as we do it. The power's out, the USB's come out. I'm just waiting for the power supply to die down at the back before I remove the cables, because sometimes they're a little bit dodgy when I've put them in before. Made the mistake of just putting them in when the plug was already in. They had an electrical sort of pop. So we'll try and avoid that if we can. So I'm going to be underneath the rig and everything here. It's going to be a lengthy process. Right, we're good to go with them cables now. Right. So I'm just removing all the Simucube stuff, and then my plan now is to just turn this round But yeah, I think we are going to have to remove these, which is going to be awkward. Let me see. Let's see what we can do. Where have I put anything? I'm just trying to avoid taking it off at all costs, really. Work. Right. Not going to be able to get it done, so I thought it might turn all the way over. It's not going to. So we'll take... Let me have a little rethink. Right, I think it's going to have to come out regardless. Just thinking of the best way to do it. Ooh. Right. So, very strange. Oh, but will it work? So the Simucube is literally just on the floor now, and it's just underneath my legs. So I reckon it's a bit awkward actually. Maybe we'll take it off. I just need to know how I'm gonna put a piece of profile across here, which I've got loads of, to mount the Cammus. So I just need to work out the best way to do it. Oh. Right. The beauty of this is there's literally a way to do everything, but it's going to be a little bit awkward. So I do need to remove this whole unit, which is now all the way down here and ridiculously hard to move. So bring it back up and lock it into place for now. Right. Right, the first person to invent a direct drive motor that's not ridiculously heavy is going to be a very rich man or woman. Right. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this piece of profile onto this here, and then I'm going to attach the PSR3 mount to this. That's the beauty of this profile. You can literally do anything you want to. Sometimes it's a bit fiddly. That's the wrong size. One of them. Should have realised that. So that's longer because it has to go through that other piece of profile. So we'll keep them on the side. So we'll put it all the way at the top. I can fine tune this later on. Just pop these out of here. Right, so it's going to go into here. So with that on there, I'm hoping I can mount this on here somehow. How are we going to do this? So they will fit into there, but not how I've currently got it sat. So I'm going to need it on top. Right, so I'm going to need to adjust this. It's going to have to sit this way, which means we're going to have an issue. But it's fine. Right, so you guys see what I'm doing here? Yeah, right. Right, so again, a little bit fiddly, but the beauty of this stuff is you can literally do anything you want to solve these issues. So It's just a case of getting these lined up. And then that's going to sit on top of there. Problem was the bracket was in the way on this side. So just need to snap these off. If you've seen this, just need to snap them off. So you can mount these anywhere you want. Okay. So now we just need to figure out how we're going to mount this. Wheels on there, I reckon that's pretty good where it is. So are we going to get both of them in? Yes, we are. So we need two. So this is where we need the longer one. If you look at them, you've got like a short one and a long one. So this is where we need the longer one to go through that profile and then obviously into the other one. So they're going to need pushing over. Wow. So this is not how this is intended to be put together in the slightest, but it really doesn't matter with this sort of rig. You can do whatever you want to it. Right, so we've got a little makeshift desk there. Now we can think about mounting the Cammus. Oh, right, I think I've got everything I need. So first things first, we're just mounting these things. This is going to take me a while. Speed this up if you're not watching live. Is that quicker? No. So once I get the clamp on, I'm going to take my pedals off and start tweaking that. Right, that's only just going to be tight enough, but only just will do me. It is in English later on in the book. I'm not sure I like how loose that is. But again, there's ways around this. There's holes all over here, so I could just put a hole through there. If I had to, I could just clamp it. These go through. Yeah, because at its maximum, it's not gripping enough. So, let me see about this. may just clamp a piece of profile to it, like that, if I can't work this around. Then we'll see. Obviously, they're made for desktops. It's made to sit on a desk, so that's going to be the issue there. Right, yeah, worst case scenario, we'll just attach some profile. In fact, we can do this now. Can we go through that? Can we go through this? Please tell me we can go through this. How is that not the same as that? Right. Now we can clamp. So again, not built for aluminium profile rigs, this, I don't think. It's just meant to be secure into a desktop. So I'm actually going in between the profile here. And this will make it super secure, hopefully. It's not going to go anywhere. The only thing I'm going to be restricted to now is the width of this thing. Because I've got 2 bits of profile in there. I may get lucky. We'll see. We have got lucky. Almost. We can make this work. So, where's my little book gone? So, this just attaches my shoe with a couple of these little fellas. So again, quite nice, detailed. So it looks like it comes with washers, this, but it doesn't. They just go through there. Where have I put that? Right. Right, we're good there. So that'll actually hold that. There's two things in place. That will hold that. This might be high. I might have to adjust a little bit, but again, dead easy to do. What I should have done is I should have put these on here. So normally I don't fuss around with stuff like this, but as the company have sent me this, and obviously I'm going to do this properly, and I'll follow the instructions correctly. So that just sits on top, and that'll help clamp that into place a lot more secure. Hiya, Dave. I'm building, mate. I'm building. It's like when you watch a monkey do a puzzle. That's what's happening. So I've had to butcher the PSR1 in order to do this. So I've took off the Simucube custom piece of profile, replace it with a PSR3 desk mount thing. Now I'm just putting the Cammus thing together, but obviously as it's built for a desktop, I haven't I didn't account for it being too thin, this piece. So I've got a piece of profile held together here underneath to give it a little bit more depth. Now I'm putting these on correctly because I messed it up. So like I said, because they've been good enough to send me this stuff, I should probably do it properly. So that's going to clamp quite nicely on there now. What I've noticed actually as well, I've put it off for like a week or so, Dave, honestly. Luckily, this is the only time I've done this. I know you're busy doing this all the time. It must be an absolute nightmare. But, you know, this is the first time for me, but we're lucky to be in this situation, really, aren't we? To be able to put these things together. In my case, very badly for other people to see. I was keeping an eye out for that video last night. I didn't know if you were going to upload it or not from the Imola race. The Snetterton one was good, mind. It's a good video, that. I hate them Mazdas, me. I hate them. I hate the fact that... I hate it, but I love it. Yeah, I can imagine. I like the fact that I can fight 6k, 7k drivers, but I hate the fact that 1k drivers can fight me. Because if you're behind someone else, you're in the same race as them, aren't they? You can just stay with them in the Mazda. So it's good and it's bad at the same time. But I always crash it. I can't deal with the oversteer. Oh, nice, mate, nice. The editing process is a nightmare as well, isn't it? Especially when you've got a few to do. I tend to like get a few done, and they're all sat there in the file ready to go, and then I've got too many, so I never get any of them done. Normally, right, that's done. So the next step is the desktop stand mounting flange. So that goes in there. Does it go in there? Yeah, that goes in there. All right, one at the back, 3 at the front. What do I put them in with, though? Does it say? Same screws? M3 20s, is that them? I may have used the wrong screws for the other bit, but it's worked out okay. Cheers, Dave. Yeah, we'll try and get there quicker. Thanks, mate. Enjoy. I'm just making sure I'm putting this together correctly. Obviously, we've got 3 options at the front. I'm going to go with the middle one because that seems to make sense. So far, this is all going together rather smoothly. And it doesn't for me, normally. I'm normally a bit cack-handed with stuff like this. These are a little tight, but I don't know if it's like reassuringly tight. It almost feels like it's got a bit of Loctite or something on it. But I don't mind that. I'd rather they were reassuringly tough than loose. So that is absolutely rock solid. Next step. Right, so it looks like we get the wheel and the pin looking things. And attach them to the wheel now. They obviously slide through there. With the, I'm assuming the branding thing goes on the outside. So how do they attach? Have a look at this. Right, so I'm now just looking at this stuff. Hexagon socket head screw. Right, I think we use these little silver fellas in here to attach the wheel. Right, so that's actually gone on really nicely. Really straightforward. So there's the pins there. They just go onto that there. Now I'm going to slide into there. Right, and now we've got 4 of these fellas left. Right, I'm not over tightening these because I know I've got to feed the cables up through here. But for now, we have a little working wheel. Ugh. The height of it is ridiculous. I need to change the height of it. It's way too high. Just the way that I've put it together. So power base, USB socket, and fan seat. Fan seat. This is the thing that's confusing me. There's a little fan in there. I'm not sure where it goes. How do we attach the fan? We attach the fan in there. How do we attach this fan? Oh, we want to come back to this bit. So where's the fan? Which I've dropped. I thought it was connected. I thought that was all connected. It's not. Right, luckily we haven't damaged anything there, so that's all good. So it's robust. So this not going that way. These are the sorts of fiddly things I hate. Right, that goes into there. So we've got a little fan, and it's clearly got to go somewhere. But I'm not sure where. Does it just sit? Does the fan just sit inside? I haven't read anything about this. Do we go through? So USB is going to go through there. Correct way this time. Power supply. Feed that through. So it's on there for now. So I'm assuming then that the fan just sits inside there. It must do. It's not telling me anything else, so let's assume that that is how that works. It all goes together like that. Okay, and then that's back where it needs to be. Right, that was actually really nice to put together. So we'll tighten all these up now. Not that we need to, I don't think. It's pretty solid, but... We'll jump behind the rig. And we'll connect. Oh, excuse me. We'll connect this now. So obviously this goes to the power unit from behind. Flame Gaming. Hi, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, mate. We are just installing this new Cammus C5 bundle, which has gone together really smooth, really nice. We just took a little bit of time adjusting the rig to get the rig where we needed to be to attach everything. So bear with me while I jump behind. We'll go back down there for you guys. Right, power brick is in. That's all done. We'll just get rid of a few of these wires down the back. So that's the wheel done. Before I move on, before I move on, I'm just going to adjust this. This is crazy high. So this is like straight on my eye line if you can't tell by the angle. So I need to adjust, first of all, the height, and then, I'm good, thank you, Flame. How are you, buddy? I'm really good, thank you. So I need to adjust the height of my profile here. So this is going to be a little bit fiddly because I can't see anything. And then I need to adjust the wheel itself. Oh, I haven't made this easy at all. There was, I think. Luckily, there's not as much weight in this one compared to the Simi Cube. Not one blind, but it's done. Right, so Any adjustments needed? I mean, it's pretty good in terms of ergonomically. I'm at 90 degrees. That's pretty cool, actually. But I want it further down, so that is this fella. So really simple to adjust. And I really like how they've thought about this. They've thought about the options. There we go. Sure. Ergonomically, that's pretty nice. But yeah, it's nice that they've thought about the options of giving you the angle change there, the 10 degree difference. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of where I'd want it. In terms of my sort of eyelid, it's a little bit close. Like, if we're being picky, it's a little bit close. But that's just, I can just adjust that back if I need to. But yeah, I mean, first impressions, it's really nice. Really nice. And as far as I know, the only direct drive motor where it houses the entire unit in there. There's no unit behind it, like the Simucube. There's nothing. Like Acertech, there's nothing here. It's all there. So, as far as I know, that's the first one to do this. So it's a really good idea. So that's the wheel done. Now, I don't know how long the stream's been running, but 80% of it was me tweaking my rig to get this working. This thing's gone together like that. So simple, and I'm hopeless at this sort of stuff. So yeah, bear in mind. So what we're looking at, does it tell me? Can we see how long we've been streaming? I'm sure we can. 2 hours, something like that. $12:42. We went live. 2 o'clock. So yeah, about an hour and a half. And yeah, an hour of it was me getting this. So if you weren't here for the first part, go back to the beginning. This wasn't here. We had the Simucube 2 mounted. This was mounted. So there's obviously, this is my mount normally. It's a heavy boy, so that would be mounted there, and obviously I was hoping to mount it to this. I wasn't able to mount it to that, so we had a couple of tweaks on the rig to get to where we're at now. So that's that. So the next thing I'm going to do is the pedals now. Don't know how this is going to work. I haven't really thought about this. So I need to position the webcam so you guys can see me doing the pedals. So first of all, let me see if there's anything I can do. Let me move. I move one of these speakers. I've got speakers to burn in this room. Speakers everywhere. So what we're looking at there, right, so these are the pedals I've got currently. We're going to take these off. These are the Heusingveld Ultimates. We're going to take these off. We're going to replace them with the new Cammus pedals. So it's going to be fiddly, but we should be able to get this done pretty quick, because these are just bolted straight to the profile, these. So so that is earthed on the brake. This is a little bit messy. Clutch. Right, one clutch pedal done. If you're wondering about the little bag, by the way, I used to have the little unit in there, this thing. I used to house that in that little bag, so it wasn't just dangling somewhere loose. It was a pretty stupid idea, but it worked at the time, and I just never took it off because it's kind of threaded into the bracket itself. So yeah, the hoisting belts are just straight into the profile here. And I'm now realising that it's a bit of a mess back here, and on the brake pedal there's a lot of rubber off. Oh, there's a lot of rubber on the brake pedal off my boots. All this rubber, that's off my boots. And then last one on the throttle. I'm going to try and keep these little T-nut things inside. They're called T-nuts. I want to try and keep them inside the profile so I know where my pedals were. Because the last thing you want to do is lose the feeling of where everything is and get it all wrong when you put it back together. Assuming I put it all together, I might leave the Cammus on and get rid of these, you never know. But I don't see anything topping the hoisting belts, to be honest. Not at this price range. I think we're in a different ballpark that we're looking at. I think this product. There's this block off. Wow. I'm going to give this a quick hoover where all the rubbish is at the back. Wow. Right. We will now look at pedals. Right, just so I can get these at a reasonable height. Everything's resting on speakers in this house. Speakers to burn. Right, we're almost through them on the floor. So, again, just the usual gumph. Right, now, some plates. And again, really nicely packaged. Right, really nicely packaged, put together. That's obviously the little plate, the little heel plate. Now I'm hoping I don't have to remove that heel plate. We'll see. Little USB-C, I believe, cable. with a little bag of goodies, again with the logo on. The little things, do not eat, just in case. That's a nice touch. Loads of little these sticky 3M type thingies, loads of them as well. And not usually when you get these things, you get these, the little rubbish foam type things. That's proper substantial rubber, right? So you can really sort of grip some up on that. So that's quite nice. Now, if you're not familiar with this company, because I wasn't, this is not what I would consider high-end equipment, right? For this, you'll have to look into this, but for this wheel, which is a direct drive wheel, right, the pedals and the mount, I believe, it's around $400. Let me have a look. The C5 bundle. Right, $329. So what we're looking at there, we're talking Logitech money for a direct drive wheelbase and pedal set. Crazy. So that's obviously going to house your electronics. That's going to bolt straight on. Yeah, now obviously there's no heel plate. This is good for me. There's no heel plate there. You're just going to put your electronics into the back. I'm going to bolt this onto my profile and I'm still going to use my existing heel plate. Okay? So we'll put this together on here. So this is what's left in the box. Accelerator pedal, brake pedal, okay? So what I like about it, if you're like me, green for go, red for stop. Okay, so these are going to go on here. The right way up. So I actually don't know which way the right way up is, because I can't line the holes up anywhere. Is that right? That doesn't seem right, but I think it has to be. Are you going to line up there? Nope. Yeah. Now that I've got my head around this. It must go this way where I put the bag. Right, so this is really fiddly. It's probably more to do with my massive sausage fingers, but this is way too fiddly for me. Just tiny, tiny screws and a tiny, tiny Allen key. Hey buddy, we are installing some new equipment, courtesy of Cammus, which I believe is a relatively new company on the market. So we've got a direct drive wheel and pedals to mount. I'm a little confused as to how this mounts now. They hang off the back. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So that's how it fits. That's why I couldn't get it to fit. I'm like trying to line these two holes up with these two holes on the plate. I'm trying to line them two holes up with them two holes, which is never going to work. So weirdly, you put that inside there, like that. Very strange. Right, this is killing me. This is way too fiddly for me. We'll get there, but this. Can we see that? That is tiny. Okay, we're in. Oh. I was hoping mine might fit. It doesn't. It's too big. Right, one on. Throttle. Bloody dog's going mad. Apologies. Right. This thing is an absolute nightmare. The rest of it's gone together beautifully. This is ridiculous. So in terms of reviews for products, like, I'm pulling no punches. If somebody wants a review, they're getting it honest. And the first lot of feedback that this company is getting is this is an absolute joke. Why you would have, Jesus, why you would have pedals held together with tiny, tiny, tiny little screws is beyond me. I know that we're talking about a price range that is not high end. It is going to be competitive with lower end pedals, but just put some bigger bolts in your pedal set. Like, crazy. Like, when you're thinking about braking in a simulator, do you want that holding your brake pedal to your rig? I want something a little bit more substantial, personally. However, that one's gone in quite nicely. But I do believe, like, first impressions, I do believe that this is where the money is. That's where the money's being spent on the product. That accelerator pedal's tough. It's almost as tough as the brake. There's a lot in that. I don't know if there's any adjustability. They're not a million miles away. They're just a spring. You can see the spring inside, can you? So you just got a spring. So obviously not a load cell at this price. So I really want to get these torqued up as much as I can, because, like I say, I mean, this is just melting in my hand, this Allen key. Okay. They're now ready to go on. We'll look at how this is going to connect. So it looks like we're going USB-C to USB-C, which is odd. I don't think I've seen that before. So that's going to have to go. I'm assuming that goes at the back of the PC. I've not seen anything else. where that was connected. And then I'm assuming there's a power supply which I've misplaced. I'm scratching my head now looking for a power supply. I'm assuming it's here. But I don't see it. Or is it? It's not. It's an Ethernet cable. Why is there an Ethernet cable? Okay. So the idea here is that you put your non-slip stickers on there. However, I'm just going to hard mount this to my rig if I can. I'm going to see if it's going to be doable before I take the camera. Right, the frustrating thing about the pedals is it almost falls perfectly in the gap of my heel plate and slides underneath it. I'll show you what I mean. So it sort of slides underneath my heel plate, but not quite. So I'm going to have to work on putting it in here. So it's going to sit inside this hole here. So we'll just stick a couple of bolts in there, and yeah, that should be easy enough to do. So yeah, we're just going to shot a couple of them in, hard mount it, because I'm not going to stick the sticky stuff on. Seems a bit pointless if I can mount it properly. Shimmer one of these bolts up. Wow. Right. Pedal's now connected. Wheel connected, I believe. Oh. So we'll see. Oh, what have I done?
Quanto te scarico di ali, oh? Madonna. Mannaggia. Sì, sì, Gianlu, ti sto aspettando uscita di box. Sì, quanto va veloce sul dritto. Sono abituato alle curve, quelle strette, entro diverso. Dato una botta. E qui ho distrutto. Ciu è meglio che tu ama. Dico un microfono compratelo, porca miseria.
So, yeah, sorry about that. So I wasn't intentionally muted. I've been using another microphone to test the stream. Is that okay? Does that sound okay? Because I've been using this microphone here while I've been doing everything. Hopefully that's okay. Right, we need to up this again, I think. I'll just up in force feedback till I get the feel.
Very good. That's such a shame.
So I've got a few cables around where my feet is, so I'm looking down there. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. So, first impressions, and this is absolutely raw. I haven't got the feedback set quite right. I do watch F1, Danny. I do. So I'm going to hit auto. No, it's way too low. It's put me down to 12.1, so I need to crank this up. So this is just trying to get the right feel for this. But first impressions of this wheel, in terms of value for money, this is excellent. Like, it really is excellent.
Ok.
I need to mute
C'ha
these
sempre il
guys
computer.
because they're driving me mad. I'm just testing the wheel out, Danny. However, the wheel feels excellent. The wheel does feel excellent. So I'm going to get it dialed in. The purpose of this stream was literally just to get it all set up, get it mounted, make sure it's all working correctly. And despite it being upside down, now I genuinely, but when I took it out the box, when I looked at the wheel, the writing on the back of the wheel, which turns in the internal part of the diameter of the wheel, turns on the inside. When I looked at the wheel for the first time, the writing was upside down, so I rotated it, and I think that's why it was upside down when I calibrated. So I think I've connected the rods whilst it was upside down, so that's on me. The way this has gone together, the way it's been mounted and everything else has been absolutely brilliant. I can't fault it. Really straightforward, really simple to mount, really sturdy. I've got it clamped onto a piece of profile and it's absolutely sturdy. So obviously, like the pedals have registered and everything's there. You can see everything's perfect. The wheel, obviously I'm 90 degrees. Now that I've got it set up correctly, that was just human error on my part. But now that I've done it, it's fine. It's perfect. So I'm going to give it some good testing over the next couple of days. And then we will we'll see what we're going to do with it. Obviously, this is it's not a comparison to the equipment that I've got. This is not high end equipment. This would be entry level direct drive wheel. First impressions: the wheel and the pedals are not in the same league. The wheel is excellent from what I can see so far. The pedals seem to be a little bit of an afterthought in this bundle. Like, let's just put some pedals together and ship it out as cheap as possible. Obviously, we'll tweak all of the force feedback and everything. Yeah, we'll give it some proper testing over the next couple of days. And there'll be some video on demand uploads excuse me, to follow. I just wanted to document the setting up and the mounting and everything. I wanted to document all that live because you don't normally see that with content creators. You don't normally see the build process and the little tweaks, the gritty problems that we come across when we do these sorts of things, which is inevitable with any build. There's always snags, there's always things you need to iron out. And we got there, and it's gone together really, really, really good. I'm pleased with it. So we will. Excuse me, I'm still getting over a bit of illness that I've had. Yeah, we'll do some testing over the next couple of days, and we'll put it through its paces, and we'll see what we think. There'll be a conclusion to come, but yeah, first impressions of the wheel are very positive. So yeah, we'll do a lap, and then we'll call it a day. I've got some real issues with cables around where my feet are, so I need to tidy that up.
Coming at you, fellas. 10 away. Five away. At your mark. Now, turn in, focus. Too tight to the wall. Go, 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 go. Good job, guys.
Right, thank you very much for watching the stream. It's been a long one. We've got it built, we've got it done, so that is job done for the installation process, and we'll come back with the review at some point soon.